Hi, in this unit, Professional Associations, we will see an introduction and a definition of professional associations, together with their functions, the benefits they provide, symbolic or tangible, the different types of international and national associations, and finally, you will have some activities. In the French context, we prefer to talk about professional organizations, since associations are very specific, strictly non-profit organization with conditions defined by a French law passed in 1901. Thus, according to a recent OECD report on professional organization in France, professional organizations bring together players in the same job sector. They may take the form of an association, trade union, professional association, federation, or committee. Their function is to promote, regulate, and protect the interests of one or more professions or sectors of activity, inform and advise their members, and may take legal action on behalf of their members. To offer a clear overview, the different national associations have been classified by the following parameters. First, professional organization for companies. Second, organization for translators, which are subdivided into practitioners, academics, and students. And finally, by their scope. Thus, we are going to focus first on the associations of companies. The National Chamber of Translation Companies, founded in 1976, is a trade union whose aim is to represent, promote, and defend the economic, moral, and professional interests of translation companies. It is a founding member of the UATC, the European Association of Translation Companies, and CNET represents the whole of French translation companies at the UATC. As already mentioned, the second type of organization is related to organization for translators. The main professional organization is the French Society of Translators. It is a trade union committed to defending the interests of translators and interpreters. Besides, it is the leading professional association for the translation and interpreting professionals in France. With over 1,600 members, the SFT is a true community. It has local branches and a dedicated group of trainers which organizes over 500 training events a year. Even though the SFT welcomes interpreters and literary translators as well, these professionals also have dedicated organizations. The French branch of AIIC for interpreters and the ATLF, which defends the specific interests of literary translators fighting alongside writers to whom they are assimilated by the 1956 French law on literary and artistic property. Regarding associations for academics in France, they are non-profit organizations usually created in a given university. Thus, the Society for the Study of Practice and Theory in Translation was created in 2005 in Strasbourg University, and the French Society for Translation Studies was created more recently in Nanterre University. The French Association of University Programs in Translation is an association that currently groups together 20 university programs or degrees attached to French higher education institutions and specialized in training for the various translation professions. Its objective is to promote the translation professions in France and the university curricula that prepare for these professions. Next, there are student associations and alumni networks, such as the AAEESIT, the network of alumni from the famous French School of Translation and Interpreting. Finally, some organizations welcome professionals together with students, academics, and trainers, as it is the case of the APROTRAT, the French Professional Association for Translation Professions. Depending on the scope of specialization, we can distinguish different associations, such as the French Association of Freelance Conference Interpreters, whose purpose is to bring together conference interpreters working as freelance interpreters on the French market. Another example is the National Union of Expert Translators and Interpreters, attached to the Courts of Appeal. The main objectives of the association are to develop and strengthen mutual aid and confraternity between its members at a national and local levels, to ensure consultation with the supervisory authorities in the interest of its members, and to defend the title of legal expert and protect it. Concerning the audiovisual sector, the French Association of Audiovisual Translators and Adapters seeks to unite audiovisual translators by promoting exchange and dialogue, to defend their interests and work for the recognition of the profession, and to give more visibility to the cultural importance of audiovisual translation. There are others such as the French Association of Sign Language Interpreters and Translators, created in 1978, and whose mission is to bring together and represent professional French sign language interpreters and translators within association working to promote this profession and the recognition by the public authorities. Finally, an organization with a different scope is the French Association to Promote Literary Translation, which promotes literary translation in France and abroad by organizing events related to literary translation, offering a continuing education program for professional and young translators, and hosting translators in a residence all year round. These are just some examples of professional associations currently active in France. To find out more, you could look at the Directory of Professional Organizations of Translators in France, prepared by the SFT and listed in the references in the next slide. I hope you enjoyed this unit. You can complete this introduction with the materials available in the platform. See you in the next video.